Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning into We Built an Empire. I'm here with some of my really, really good friends, Courtney and Tomm from Banter Couch and Vise. Really, really looking forward to tonight's episodes. Guys, how you doing?
Good. So good. Honored to be here.
I have the keyboard out here because you do all the stuff usually, but
right.
I'm having to do it. So, but man, how are you guys?
Doing well.
Doing really
Doing
good.
well. Doing good.
Yeah, I saw some stuff that you guys posted today. That was pretty amazing.
Yeah, we've been working harder to get back in the groove of it. We took a hiatus for way too long, and it's always super hard to get back going.
Every couple of years we take a hiatus.
Yeah, from everything, from the band, from the channel. It's like
friendship.
Hold on. Yeah, we don't like each other.
Yeah, it's always good to just kind of press pause on on your friendships, especially like bands, whatever. But just if you just don't talk to your best friend for 6 years, it makes it easier to come back around. So
I could never do that.
So you guys are in a band. Obviously, I know that, you know that. Mm-hmm. But for the people that don't know, what's the name of the band that you guys are in and have had forever now?
Vise. It's the band that I started with Tomlinson here. 2008,
9.
2008,
Sorry,
because it was right when I got back from school with what we went to, and so did my internship out there, moved back, started the band, and ever since then it's like had multiple iterations, but probably like a good 6-year break or something in between there while I moved away.
Yeah. You lived in Denver and Cali. You were all over the place.
So this latest iteration is kind of like I think the one that's kind of lasted the longest.
For sure.
It's basically you two, right?
Yeah.
And there's a digital bass. I think I've seen that written on a couple of things, like digital band member.
Right? Yeah, well, it's a pre-recorded bass, which he's the most solid player.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
As long as there's power,
he gives the least lip.
As long as there's AC current or whatever.
It's nice. It's so nice. No farts. Yeah, it's funny because really like history of Minutes and Hours and Vice's history is just so entwined.
Yeah.
They're basically the same.
For sure. Yeah, so I mean, for people that don't know, obviously, so Courtney and I are in a band called Minutes and Hours with Courtney's brother, Colin, and another gentleman, Jeff. And so we also have taken many hiatuses, and and really we are still a band, but we kind of write remotely and then get together once or twice a year,
which is awesome,
and try and do the best we can to make shit out of that.
Which is just great.
Good. And then there's like a weird spawn. Like Courtney obviously is the brainchild of the VV and the singer, the bass player, the guitarist. Tom's the drummer, and then also the videographer.
Yeah.
Well, and lyricist.
And lyricist.
He writes a lot of lyrics.
And you do a lot of videos for our band.
That's true.
So it's kind of this weird, entangled
universe.
Vise,
Minutes and Hours kind of universe going on there.
There's been a lot of times where people are like, why don't you guys just have your own band? Like you're just one big band. And in my head, I'm like, what?
That's
like,
stupid.
And they're like, that would make way more sense. I'm like, you're stupid.
You don't get it.
You don't get it. Do you know how bands work? They take people, and then they look at me like, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Well, that happens, man.
No,
so, so the song, so for the listeners, obviously you guys did take a huge break, and we'll get into that. But the song that you guys put up today, and I did get the opportunity a few minutes ago to kind of hear it on a cell phone. Not the final version.
Right, yeah.
But the reel that you guys put up in the short on YouTube today, you decided to put a violin behind a song. And when I heard it, it was like, it was beyond beautiful. And it's strange. Like a violin for me has always been like very crooning. It's like I don't mind a fiddle. It has its place in South Texas, like dirt country music. And same thing with the banjo. Like they sound awesome.
Right.
They add so much context to a song.
Mm-hmm.
But when you hear a violin by itself with a little bit of reverb, like in the background, it just, I don't know if it's because of like, you've always had that like cinematic portion of a movie where they've got like that just solo violin.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like it creates this wonder of like something good is coming or something bad.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't
it's
tell, but this
inspiring and
it just
ominous.
pushes that fucking story. So my question is, why the violin? Because I've heard that song a billion times at parties. I've drunkenly sang it with you guys, like top of my lungs, like, I don't know the words, but I love it.
You're in the first music video for that, like the rough live music video of that.
Oh, in the backyard jam?
Yeah,
It's like off of like the actual like camera audio,
camera
so it's just
audio.
awful, but it's whatever.
We had a lot less pride in our work back then.
Yes, it was just like put it out because whatever goes.
You guys were trying to write though, but so why? So real quick though, why the violin? I mean, because that's a huge, that's a big decision.
I don't know, a month. Like I kind of wrote the song with the idea of having like a synth bass and like cello, some type of synth in some parts as it was, and it just kind of never really sounded right. And I'm really picky about that stuff.
Once he hears it away, right?
Yeah. So
And, I mean, obviously he's open to ideas with everything, but if he's got it, like he knows that that's the right way and it has to be.
yeah. So once I heard it, like it, and it's just weird. I don't know. I said it to Denon the other day, or the violinist that actually came in. And
What's his name?
Denon Jones.
Okay,
He's
cool.
fantastic.
He's a local guy?
Yeah, he's local. He's originally from Netherlands, I believe he said, and
The Netherlands or Netherlands, Colorado?
Netherlands, Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Netherlands.
I was like, what was it? Were you speaking to him with
We took a guy from Iceland and we
crazy
flew him
accent
in
or whatever?
to
I don't know. If,
Dutch.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do the accent.
that's a strange one.
we got a guy that yodels pretty much.
We
is
just
what
got a yodel.
like from the Alps.
That's the next song.
No, but he came in and I happened to just ask a friend at the Jimmy's Music and Supply, and he referenced this guy. But once I heard it, I couldn't really unhear it, and then it's just I don't know. It just kind of, and I'm glad it worked out because this guy really did a good job and really took the song and made it his own because it's in an alternate tuning itself. And when he first started messing with it, like the normal tuning of a violin just did not sound very good to it. Mm-hmm. So he was like, "Oh crap! Like, what am I going to do with this?" And then so he like had this idea to tune it down himself, which apparently you don't really do a whole lot with violins, and made it just sound amazing. So it's got a cool little twist to
That's crazy.
how you
It's like
normally
in
do
between
things
a
there.
violin and viola almost.
Oh, really? As far as like just
his
the
tuning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, how is a violin tuned? You guys have any idea?
I don't.
Yeah.
But I
It's-
know
I mean, it's
violin's
much
higher
higher.
than a viola.
Yeah.
Obviously. That's brain stuff.
In my head, a viola is like bass violin, and then cello is like bass.
Yeah.
The bass of a bass.
Bass viola.
Bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know music, bro.
Yeah, dude.
So
I only did band for like 10 years.
yeah, it was like you guys have only been in a band for a better
that.
part of 20
Yeah.
years.
More than half my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's mainly for looks though, dude. Honestly, come on, let's get this.
Yeah, let's just be real.
That's how it started, for sure. No, okay.
Everybody gets like you might strum a chord on an acoustic, but the moment that one random chick looks at you, is like, "Oh, you're actually pretty good." It's like,
Yeah, dude.
I'm
It's
doing
just like
this forever.
I like it, but I really like it.
you just put your
I will
leg up
be
on the
on the
table and just. Yeah,
Oh
dude.
god.
But yeah, so once I heard it, I couldn't
unhear it.
man.
Yeah. Are you guys working on an album, or are you just doing singles?
We're kind of like, we're in a spot where it's like, we just have a ton of songs that we've written and we like chill on, and we just don't really release it until it's the way we want it. So singles for the rest of our days.
Yeah, I think that's just how people consume stuff nowadays. To me, I like the albums. I really wish I could come out with an album. I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
I get nights and weekends to do this stuff, and it just becomes what it's like when it becomes a burden. It's like, this isn't fun anymore. So it's
Sure.
like nice to kind of give it some breath and kind of like, hey, we came out with a song, give everybody else a break from just hammering people down with songs that they might not like or
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's just nice to kind of give it a break and kind of come out with things. Maybe we would like to do like every month, or something like that, but until that happens, it's
How many songs you guys got on the docket?
10, I want to say conservatively.
dude, like
20?
20, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Between all
10,
the old
20.
verse, yeah,
For
between all
sure.
the old Versa Vise songs, like complete, like actual, like structured out, Yeah, probably about 20.
And we did
Yeah.
release, battles. We're on Spotify and, Apple and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah, for sure.
But with the new studio, Courtney just keeps getting better and better and better. The studio sounds so good. I want to re-release all those songs, to be honest. I want to redo them all.
There's a certain level of like each song that we do release, even for Minutes and Hours and Verse of Vice, it's always like the best that I can do at that point.
Sure.
Which does suck for releasing things as you go, because you get this kind of like, okay, this one sounds like this one sounds like this, but it kind of creates this more of like a feeling per song. You know? But and maybe they all are like equally as good just in their own right.
Yeah,
But
it makes it like
but there's
a living
definitely
thing.
from the beginning of Battles when we started releasing things or The Shed, I would say. Its universe is different. Like it's just become like, actually, having Denon in the studio yesterday, was the first time I recorded somebody outside of the friend group.
Yeah.
And that was like nerve-wracking and so awesome at the same time, because it was really cool to like actually have somebody in the studio and have him appreciate it as a studio. You know? And I think he actually did.
He seemed
feel like
mighty impressed.
Yeah, he seemed pretty impressed.
He said he had done other
for
gigs.
Bedroom. I
mean,
think it's as good as you're gonna get.
It sounds good. It sounds good.
I like it.
Yeah, it sounds all right.
Fuck everybody else if they don't like it. Right?
I think it's shocking how many studios are just like some dude's basement. You know what
I know,
mean?
yeah.
Like pro studios.
Yeah, I mean, with
guys
all
have
the
that
gear,
experience.
yes, we've recorded legitimately at a professional studio in a guy's basement in Portland and at Ed's house. I mean, other than the drums, we tracked everything in a basement.
Right.
That guy did everything the Ramones ever did. And so it's like, it happens like anymore. Like it was weird. So when I was talking to Nick, I had him on the podcast, and there's kind of like a resurgence of people coming back in. But he even said it was kind of like, because they've got some vintage gear, like not even the board, like not the Neve, the Pre's, the outboard stuff, but like legit like 1960s guitars match perfectly with a vintage amp, and like people will come to there and like the guitarist will play that specific instrument to get that tone. And he's like, you can't get that in a basement. You could if you had that, that's probably a $10,000 guitar, and because it's so vintage. And so he was saying there's kind of a resurgence, but it's only with a certain type of music.
Yeah.
It's like bands are coming back in, they want it, and it's a cool experience, but at the same time, it's like, it's expensive.
Yes.
Shit adds up when it's like $150 an hour. It's like, I remember working for Doug, like nights and weekends, doing everything I could, mixing after school to like get just enough to like kind of rough record Alcheringa.
Right.
And it's like, we did the drums, and I think we still had to do like, we did most of that album at the studio, but I felt like there was things that we just couldn't afford to keep doing. Like we could have messed with it for a while.
The bass we did at your house up on, what was it, like Forest or something like that? Yeah. But yeah, that was just crazy, dude. Like the amount of time you have to put into something like that.
Yeah.
And
No, I think your Studio B sounds great.
Studio B, man.
B.
I think that might end up just being the name of it. So, but it's interesting with that studio, man. Like all the sessions we've had in there are like super magic. Like they've just been like incredible, like really cool sessions. Like from you coming over and writing vocals, the boys coming down and doing guitars, us doing a couple releases that we did, Jumper. Yeah, and just some of the things that we've recorded. Which was
awesome, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was
that was so cool. Like that. The video was awesome, but also there's the song, the way that you guys kind of restructured it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, I
felt
probably
very
shouldn't say this on a
versatile.
podcast, but I liked your version better than the
Thank
original.
you.
I mean, that song's like it's so recognizable, and
And it
so
is
it's
a great
just-
song.
Yeah.
And it's like it's done in like our style, and like I'm with you. I'm like I enjoy it more just because it's like it's rocking.
Yeah, it is pretty
It is
fun.
the rocking version.
Yeah.
Oh, the video is awesome when it's doing the end, like when you guys are.
Yeah. Tom came and was just like, dude, I have this dance. And it was like, at first, it was just like, what the fuck?
It's so cringy, but like hilarious.
But it ended up like, it's that video is so perfect for just like
that's everyone's favorite part too.
encapsulating, I think is the word, of just like us as
who we are.
friends and like our music, and it makes it like the whole. It just really did a good job of showing who we are.
Yeah, no, it was
Totally.
very
Totally.
comedic. You guys are mostly serious in almost
In
all
all the
conversations,
music, yeah.
except for when it's in public.
Absolutely.
Then you really turn on the
I'm glad you've
jokes.
taken the time to notice that.
Probably two of my most serious friends.
Oh,
It's,
dude, like
it's kind of a
such.
drag to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I'm usually
90%
pretty
of the
monotone.
conversations. Yeah. So why the big huge break with couch people? Let's take a left turn for a second, because you guys were cranking out videos, and they were awesome. I got to sit down on one, which was pretty fun.
That's
But,
one of our best ones, man. I think it's
That's
so
that
hilarious,
like
dude.
that changed the trajectory of the channel.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Like before, and I'll even go back and look at footage and videos I was editing, and it's like, oh, how was that one video we shot? And I was like, I mean, it was hilarious. We were goofing around the whole time, but we didn't play the game, so I couldn't use it.
Yeah.
And then you came in, and I'm like, we don't need to play the game. Like, we just need to like be on Google and be goofy.
Yeah.
I've probably thrown away 50 hours of footage of us being so funny, and I realized
There was
gaming
gold.
doesn't matter. I don't
Yeah.
care about
There's
it.
gold
honestly.
in them hills, and
We'll
you
still-
toss it in the trash.
We'll
The
still
digital
do
trash.
that, but I honestly don't care anymore
Yeah.
if we're playing a game. Let's Google something. Let's find some historical thing that we can riff on
yeah,
and make it completely inaccurate and talk shit on Wikipedia.
Yeah. I like this talking shit on Wikipedia every episode.
I'm into
It's-
that.
It
Yeah.
kind of makes me feel
Larry
good.
Wikipedia, dude.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit.
It was George Wiki and Larry Apedia.
But that I think that really gave us the what we want to do. You know, like the
style.
the style, and I don't think a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah, and to that point, we totally changed. It's no longer Couch People. We're just Banter Couch.
Oh, that's right. That's why I'm so sorry.
No.
Did
You're
I
good.
introduce you
I
guys
keep
as
on
couch
saying it
people?
too. Yeah, I got you.
It's okay.
You're good.
Oh my god! I even named this session Couch People.
I'll edit that.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm
We'll do an intro.
This
We'll
is
do an
very recent, and like I still am
Yeah,
like
no,
last
it's
night I
like-
was like, yeah, and then we need to do couch people stuff, and then when I got back in the house, like, it's Banter Couch.
It's very recent change. But yeah, I mean the break was really like, I mean honestly, I don't even really know why. It was like,
Well, a lot of
life
it was
got
COVID. I mean,
COVID. Well, I moved,
moved.
and it was like I lost the couch.
Oh, you lost it. Oh,
I
because you guys
lost
were in
I
the
lost
garage.
Scorpion behind us.
Yeah,
our
I
banner.
guess that was a big
you know what I
thing. We
mean?
lost our
And it was
studio.
like by the time we were like, all right, I got everything together, and I upgraded cameras and mics, and it was like COVID. And,
Yeah.
And as you know, doing anything virtually is just.
Garbage.
It's
dude.
not even that it's garbage. It's just that chemistry.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
about like two homies literally just being dicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just being homies.
And I think the idea of our show is we're the butt of the joke. Like,
Yeah.
You know, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's like it's kind of like
No
just
question.
Yeah, we are the butt. No question.
Just like the short you
very
guys put up
proud.
the other day from like it obviously was recorded years ago.
Yeah.
But that was, dude, I probably watched that 10 times.
No, it's like, is he still doing it?
No. You're like, oh, what if we opened the show? I've got an idea. And Courtney's like, is it, just tell me the idea. And I was like, just fucking tell me what is the idea? And then like, you just cut it. I was like, oh my God, I laughed so fucking hard. It was great.
It was a great moment.
episode.
Yeah, dude, the shorts are a huge thing. It's like just the way we made videos was so perfect to be like, screw
I mean,
it.
you guys basically made clips anyways.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
5 minutes, 6 minutes, just stuff that you can like easily sit down. You can stop and like, you're not wasting an hour.
Turn your
right?
head off for
Yeah.
a second and just be goof.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think those platforms are really like we just kind of noticed within probably the last few months, like you kind of picking up the podcast kind of made us realize I think that's kind of a good like just our
That's a good way
banter and stuff like that. It's a great
Mm-hmm.
great platform for it. As
for
much
the
as I hate
band, I mean,
TikTok or whatever it is. Do we have a TikTok?
Dude, man, fuck TikTok. Let's just say that right there.
Yeah.
Okay? We're going to just
I think
TikTok.
I'm in
Okay,
that boat.
cool.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
know,
YouTube is where it's at. YouTube is the best
I
because
love YouTube.
You've got shorts. You can do any length of video.
Yeah.
And you can also see there's a scheduler inside of it.
Yeah.
Like it's such a bitch. Like with Instagram, Facebook, they're great. Like people are on there. They're awesome. They have their shebang. We're also both on there with everything we do.
Yeah.
But you can't unless you're a business account, right? So if you're a business account, you lose the ability to put certain types of music behind your reels, right? They
Yeah.
limit you. because they don't want you promoting your business without paying, the copyright
royalties.
Yeah, the royalties. And so like if you have I think mine is like an influencer account or some bullshit, right?
Okay.
But you get the music back, but now you can't use a third-party manager. So it's like for each episode, I cut like 3 or 4 reels and a couple of clips. And so it's like, dude, I've got to do that shit manually.
Yeah.
So YouTube is crushing. Like they've got a scheduler. You can put any length of video.
Yep.
Like, and now everybody's got their own @ symbol. So like, it's basically like you can tag anybody in any video.
Yep.
Anybody can have a channel. Like in my mind, they're doing what they should do right. Although they're not monetizing shorts just yet. I think they start that in February. But you got to just be crushing to get any type of anything off of there. But nonetheless, I mean, I saw a couple of you guys had like 2,000 views.
Yeah, they did really good, really quick.
Yeah. And it happens. Like people pick it up and they run with it. It's like I'll like randomly get one that's like, whoa, that just got like 1,500 views.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen a few of yours.
oh crap, like that was awesome. And I'm like watching it. Yeah. It's just like out of nowhere. And like, and so I think YouTube is, for me, YouTube's a platform that I would love to just completely switch to, and probably eventually it will.
Yeah.
But I would be shooting myself in the foot with anybody who does kind of pick it up on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And so, but for you guys though, like Instagram's fine, but I think your style is like so YouTube.
It's YouTube, and like I'm okay being kind of like an old stubborn fool about it and just be like, nah, we're doing YouTube. Yeah. And doing that, it's come full circle, and it's back to now YouTube has shorts, and it is the popular thing. And
it does really seem like it's
holy ground.
taking its place as like the dominant.
Yeah. And I've been, I mean, it's been my main source of entertainment since I was like 20, 21. You know what I mean?
See, that's so weird because like I just use it as like, oh, I want to see this music video that I haven't seen in forever, or like I want to buy this item. Let's look it up and see what's up. And then it was really, once again, COVID, where like I had, at home, and then I just started like really hopping on the Discord with you guys that it was like YouTube. And then I started, realizing that I like watching that content, just following a few guys that are just some random dude,
I don't know who you is.
That I just, I follow some drift car driver, and he built a car like from the ground up, and it's like just awesome to see. I like that stuff, so it's just like always something I've wondered about. So it's just kind of cool to do that. So
a lot of educational stuff.
Educational stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like I was just watching something yesterday, and like, so I think the podcast for me has kind of changed my interaction with YouTube, obviously, because we're having to do stuff with it. But
totally,
like before, they were saying that there's like a common thought that like YouTube educators get paid more because like the watch time on a YouTube video for education is typically longer than entertainment. But
that's a 30-minute video minimum.
Yeah. And so the thing of it is that's kind of the statistical data behind that's changing a little bit, but especially with I wouldn't say the advent, but the push towards video podcasts.
Yeah.
And now if you look at, like, I was reading this report the other day, like if you look at the data, like more people are watching podcasts on YouTube than are listening to Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It's crazy.
I'm not surprised.
And it's like, and I was talking to you about it when we first, like, I don't get it, Tom. I only listen to podcasts. And then, but I think I figured out like what the deal is like, how like you used to be watching YouTube, and if you closed your window, it would turn the video off, right?
Right.
Now you can swipe up and it takes it into like a small screen, and you could be driving down the road.
Right.
Or you can sit there and watch it because you want to like see who these guys are.
Yeah.
Yep. Like people are like, oh man, I like their voice or I like their show. Like who are these dudes?
Yeah. A lot of people do not look like what they sound like either.
No,
it makes me sad. No,
it is kind of interesting though when you do like listen to somebody and then you like actually look at them, you're like, ooh, it's always wrong.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever.
Dude, you can never. From somebody's voice, you can never guess what the fuck somebody looks like.
I had only ever watched podcasts. It was like that, like Funhouse when they started doing a podcast. I was like, maybe podcasts are cool. Okay, I kind of get it, but I still, from then on, it was only watching them ever.
Yeah.
I
think maybe it was just because I was driving so much.
Yeah.
Like especially in Texas when it was 2.5 hours one way, so it was like I was podcast central.
Yeah.
But it was kind of good though because. It kind of drove me towards like kind of questioning like, oh, I like to just kind of shoot the shit with people, like and then it was like I kind of had that in the back of my brain. And then when I got on Eric's podcast, it was such a huge relief that I was like, I want to do this shit.
Yeah.
Like this is what I want. I want to just talk to people. I want to like hear what they have to say. And, it's like, and some shows are educational, like as far as, with the name of this podcast, We Built an Empire. It's like they do kind of give a bed of like what got them to there.
Yeah.
But most of them aren't like that. Most of them end up being like, we talk about a topic and then it kind of hits and it's like it strikes a chord and then we just kind of go into that more in depth and so I don't know. I think this show's kind of building a life of its own, but but for you guys though, I feel like Banter Couch could potentially explode. It's like it's the perfect length of content. It's funny. Like sometimes it's mindless. Do you guys ever have any serious stuff? No.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's not.
That
the channel is pure mindlessness.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it really is just like diving really hard into how we all do it, our friend group, where we just start off on a random tangent and we all just good improv. We build off of it.
Sure.
We did
just
it in
to
the
be
van.
goofy.
Yeah, we did it in the van a lot.
Tour.
It was kind of like, who could discuss somebody the most.
Right. It's that kind of thing.
But we're trying to dial it back and just be a lot of it. Like we're not actually all that funny. It's a lot of his clever timing and comedic timing with video editing. But there's quite a bit that is just us being funny. But some of it's an edit that he will make sure that it's like the timing's right and it meets. Like,
the magic is in the edit. So I mean, I agree. Like wholeheartedly.
It's so funny.
Right.
Like even when your mind is wandering, like when you guys do it, and this is what I'm so glad. Like we can eventually start to bring stuff onto the screen.
Yeah.
Because that's a game changer,
dude.
And like when you guys are like talking about something, and then it's like in real time typing, you're like the visual aspect of that gets the person more involved in what you're doing.
Totally.
And it's like it's such a great deal. So.
And you turn that into a joke. So I always make the Google something super idiotic.
Yeah.
It's always supposed to just
Why aren't
leave you wondering why.
orcas motherfucking whales though? I Googled that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, right? I mean, why aren't they? That's a legitimate
Dude,
question.
they're part of the porpoise family.
They are porpoise.
Dolphinately on porpoise. Have I said that in the Banter Couch? Fuck.
I know. I
Probably.
hope you have. I hope
Probably.
Yeah, we could probably cut that.
Yeah.
And then show it like the previous episode and
You
be like,
did say it.
you can't help it.
I
though.
never
Like,
go
Yeah,
back.
reference back.
No,
Yeah,
no,
oh,
no. I never will.
yeah, he won't.
Yeah.
I will. I refuse.
You're not going back?
I've tried to on a few Banter Couch or that Pine Couch People episodes.
It's a running joke at this point. When
Yeah.
I didn't do it one time to prove him right,
It's not a very funny joke.
I can't do. I'm not. I never go back.
Not a very funny joke.
Not doing it. Just not doing
Very
it.
funny.
And it's funny. I was thinking when you're talking about like doing the podcasts and stuff. People are always like, "Why don't you guys just do a podcast? If you guys doing that for an hour?" And it's like, the editing is a big part of it.
Yeah.
And like what you were talking about earlier before we started, it's like, you can't say I can't post everything we say.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
We're awful.
Dude, he's true. He's right.
We got like the sense of humor of like 12-year-olds, but that's also part of it. It's never like, it's just always about, can I make Courtney laugh? That's
Yeah,
it. That's every video. If the editing's good, it's just because I'm like, Courtney's going to think this is so funny.
Yeah, if we can just find like a million people like us that think that we're funny and that think the same things that we think are funny.
And I do think there's something there, but it's finding that demographic. You know what I mean? And I'm just having fun doing it. You know what I mean?
That's the big thing is like, even though I was bitching earlier about having to set this up and it took me like 2 hours because this is like a modular studio in my wife's shop.
Yeah.
beautiful though.
It's still so fun.
Dude,
Yeah.
I will
was just-
say this studio looks really nice, man, and it's really well set up, and it looks really nice watching it too. It looks very professional and like.
I
very-
hope
very
it conveys. I mean, like the garage was working fine, and like we probably could have done like the show in the garage, but I just like, I mean, we got some doctors coming on in the next couple of weeks, and like I just, and then like we had the task force gentleman came on the other day, and it's like I feel like
It's all those. It's the optics of it.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure that I'm giving like my best to the guests, I guess,
Yeah.
because like they're coming in, like they got to drive here, especially if it's like local.
Oh yeah.
Even remote. I recorded a couple people coming off of like what I think might have been like a version of COVID, but
Yeah.
my head wasn't there. I mean, I got through it and I've listened to those episodes to be like, did you fuck up? And I listened to them, and nobody else but me would know that. I was
You were
like
off.
foggy, but I felt like I should have postponed those shows to just give that respect to the guests. Cause it's like, I mean, they're giving me their time.
Yeah.
I want to be on point with them. Like, and the other thing too, is like, I kind of have to be on point because a lot of people they're nervous.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like they're kind of like on edge. Like even Colin.
Yeah.
Like he was, I love him. He's my best fucking friend. And he was like,
and I think he was like ready for an interrogation. Right?
Yeah, dude.
He was like, oh God, what's he gonna ask me?
dude, I opened up that show before we started recording. And I'm like, what's up, dude? I took a shot and I'm like, let's do this. We're drinking, you know? And I was like, that's the title of this show. I sent him all the episode like names before.
Yeah.
I was like, this is my head, dude. We're going to talk about this. It's going to be funny. And he was still like, he was nervous. And I'm like, dude, call us me. You know, so, but I get it. Like once the red light goes on, we're on air. Like people.
It is weird. Yeah.
weird.
For the
Oh,
first
God.
little while, it was weird trying to get used to it. But when you get it out of your head, and
we did it so gradually. Like I learned how to edit from the ground up, how to do all the mic stuff from the ground up. So like those first episodes were like basic mic, basic recording and desktop.
Yeah.
See what happens. So like we did a few episodes like that where we're really learning what we're doing. The lighting is that good when we started adding the face cam and all that. So by that time, that like freaked outness was kind of like whatever. It's just like last week, except now there's a camera and it became part of the joke. Like, oh, we're looking at her. Yeah. Don't look at yourself.
I mean, it all initially started because you had a school project, right?
Right. Yeah. So that's really like Couch People started. I had done YouTube previously. Like I was saying, I was always into it, you know, because of the gaming stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Since I was like 20. So I did have a channel back in the day that I did like Assassin's Creed multiplayer gameplays. It was so sick, dude. I had a cool following in like the 12 guys.
I do
that played
remember that actually. I
was stoked on that sneaky nizzle.
Yeah.
That was my shit. But then years later, I went to school at Full Sail University.
Yeah.
They were like trying out this media communications course and like, hey, you owe us from your last thing. We'll waive that if you take this course. Boom. Got a little certificate and all that jazz. But yeah, for a school project, I'm like, can you come and just shoot a video with me? It'll be really easy. It'll be stupid. And it was the most fun thing in the world.
Yeah.
And dude, we made each other laugh so hard.
Yeah. Definitely some of the harder times I've laughed were during Couch People / Banter Couch.
Yeah.
So that's exactly where it came from. And so it was like film a day, like a month or every other few weeks, and versus Vise, and that's our life now.
Yeah, and it really is a release. Like both those things I look forward to. It's like both like I don't ever like think like, shit, we gotta go like make music right now.
Right.
Or we gotta go it's definitely got a breath of fresh air like every time we do it. It's just super fun. And
I think there have been moments where we like maybe with the music stuff where it's just like, dude, playing
definitely
shows
with the
is
music.
tough.
Yeah, definitely with
Like,
the music.
Playing to the same 100 people every time I love those 100 people, and they come out every time, and I love them. But like, we're not gonna grow from that. You know what I mean? So like, that got to a point, but then we remediated and was like, nah, we'll do YouTube. We'll just upload everything. We'll master everything beautifully. We're going to be studio musicians.
Well, and I mean, you get it. I mean, we're in Bayfield. So, I mean, like this place is an armpit. So it's like, you know what?
And we don't want to give it up. We love this damn
You can
armpit.
easily do a podcast, but to try and be like, I'm going to be in a traveling band in Bayfield.
Yeah.
And then like you at least got to live in a city to play out in a different like part of the city every night to really get a city like following and then go on tour and start building your following there. So for a band, it's just like, makes no sense, especially for somebody that's like, you know, has a family and starting a family. And like, you know, it's just like, it doesn't make sense. And that's when it gets not fun too. You know, it's like when it starts not being fun and it's just like, it becomes more of a job than it is any fun. And so trying to keep that passion about it I think is really what.
You think the break helped it?
Oh yeah.
Find the love again?
For the channel or for the band? Because for the band,
I'd say both.
Band first, like playing music, I'm a different Tomm, right? Just like I always say, like every snowboard season, I'm like, I'm a different person when I'm snowboarding. It's that same thing, right? And there was a lot of years where I don't jam with people. Yeah. Courtney ruined me because like people will be like, let's jam, and I'll try to play drums to him, and I'm like, this sucks. Yeah. This isn't technical. Whatever, this isn't hard. This isn't rocking. I don't like this. So I wouldn't jam with people. So for me, that was like life getting back started. It's my chance. I get to play music again. Yeah. and there's so much creative input. Back in the day was like Courtney and our singer at the time, Joey, Smitty, you guys write the songs, tell Kellen and I what to do. We'll be there, we'll make our parts or whatever. But for the most part, Courtney and I have always been so in sync. It's just like, play the drums you think you want to play. That was perfect. Perfect. You know what I mean? We don't deviate too much. So that was always easy. But now I'm writing shit. It's so fun.
Right.
I love that, dude.
That's pretty crazy.
Writing them words.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, it's this funny thing where I can hear everything. I can hear the bass, the guitar, like both guitars. I can hear the drums. I can hear like the melodies. I can hear the backup vocals. I can hear all that stuff. I can hear the mixing and like the different compression used and stuff. But like when it comes to words, I'm like, I'm the guy being like, so like we're at the Sayson show and like Danielle, like I'm sitting there 7 years not knowing a fucking word. And I look over and she's filming me. And that was the most embarrassed I've been in a long time. I'm like, oh shit, you got a fucking video of me at my favorite band show, one of my favorite band's show. And like, I'm singing like an idiot. Like, I'm like,
I will say though that album is very hard to discern what the fuck Anthony Green's saying.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Those posters back there, they're hidden, unfortunately, from that freaking cloth. But yeah, like I still don't know. And they, at that time when they wrote those, I don't think they released their lyrics.
It was like intentionally mysterious.
Yeah.
It was very Anthony Green. He got the album 7 years with the lyrics printed on it.
I saw
in
that.
a green, the green.
Yeah, you showed me that the other day. I almost stole it, but I decided
really
not
cool.
to.
I need to read those so I can like really confirm.
I was going to steal it and then just tack it like
Just
on the wall. What did you do?
This chord.
No, it's awesome, dude. Don't you like it on the wall?
And it's got to be one of those split second things like, check this out. Cool. Bam.
Yeah. Oh, no, dude. You don't. Oh, my God. Dude, you would never, ever forgive me.
Dude, it's like that.
Brutal.
It's that high school high where that, it's like, I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie where that lady just staples a condom to a fucking like pantaloons. Like, here you go, you little slut. It's like, what the hell? The 90s, man.
The best.
Super time.
I still think that the 90s were probably the 90s and the early 2000s were the best for me.
Yeah,
For everything.
I would agree, but I was also like a kid, so like at least like 2000 on was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Like music and
Everything
like
was cool in the 90s.
hanging out with homies and stuff. Like when did we like start hanging out? Like hardcore. 7th grade? How old are you in 7th grade?
Yeah, I think like 8th grade, 7th grade.
13?
Yeah, like 7th, 8th grade, because we were in the new.
I was in 7th grade.
Yeah,
I remember
7th
that because I
grade.
was drumming in the band room, right, during lunch. And he's like, oh, yeah, you can drum, dude. We should jam. And then I was like, dude, my life has changed.
Yeah.
Courtney Wilmer he just asked me to play drums with him, bro. And then, no joke, I've been just like riding his coattail ever since, baby.
It's the other way. It's the other way around. For sure. When he's blind to it. Yeah, we've been friends for too long.
But we've been friends, since I was like 10, I want to say.
Yeah.
Little kids.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what started that train of thought, but since we were 10.
I was like, there we go. It's all right. It only took 2 minutes to answer that simple question.
I don't know if there was even a question.
Sorry, ladies and
involved.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Now back to the show.
Yeah.
It's quickly turning into Banter Couch. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's good though. That's fine. I need the views. I need these clips. Oh God, I love you guys. I'm so
Synergy.
glad you came on tonight. To be honest with you.
Synergy. I know. I love this. This is so cool.
Like, I don't have to think. Like,
Right.
I haven't interviewed 2 people yet, obviously, but and I was like listening to I think it was Rogan, and he was like he was talking to somebody about his interview style, and I can't remember who. It might have been like Lex Friedman or something. And Lex was like asking him all these questions. He's like a comedy podcast can work with like a co-host and then also another guest or even 4 people because you kind of go. But he's like, when you're doing like a serious interview, he's like, it's very distracting to have a co-host because like you're looking at somebody and you're waiting to see if there's something you can do to interject or you can ask a question to kind of further that. You're kind of waiting for that moment, and it's like this ebb and flow with that person because it's really intimate. But when you have a co-host, they kind of like boom, and then it fucks up that entire thing you've been building sometimes for a few minutes, waiting and kind of letting them explain themselves. And so I was like, oh, what's it going to be like? And then I was like, immediately, I was like, oh, it's gonna be fucking awesome. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I was like, if somebody doesn't have something to say, the other person will clearly have something to say. So there'll be no dead space.
Yeah,
Totally.
there's this thing like a sales tactic that like nobody likes dead air or dead space.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that just not saying anything will get somebody to be like you'll basically call up and be like, hey, is so-and-so there? And they'll be like, yeah, like, let me do this. And then you'll get in a way to where you can just hang out and just say nothing. They'll have nothing else to say, but like, let me find somebody, you know? Like,
totally.
okay, cool.
Thank you.
It's like this
Thank you.
really cool. Really
Dude, they do
cool
that in
getting you to say something.
interrogations too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like look at you and just kind of not
Let
say
the
anything.
dead space happen
Yeah.
so you get nervous.
Yeah,
You're
so-
uncomfortable. It makes
So
you uncomfortable.
nobody likes dead space. So they get uncomfortable and they feel like they have to say something at that point. So
Yeah. That's what sucks about remote podcasting.
'Cause you
like,
wait.
well, you wait, but also too, they're like, can you hear me? I'm like,
You ruined the flow.
yeah, shut up.
throw the mic.
God dang it. We'll get it back. Like, you don't have to, it's like, you can you hear me? I can hear you perfectly fucking fine.
Yeah.
Everyone's so used to like Zoom where it's like, if it's messing up for everyone. And
Yeah.
It's like, oh crap. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, but also too, like after the first like couple of episodes where you get used to having to sometimes wait 2 seconds for a response, and you just put that like, yeah, there it is. I got the response. Cool,
Yeah.
And I'm like, worst case scenario, Tommy's gonna fix this shit. And I had to start before show, like pre-shows, be like, hey, if it glitches, let's just keep chopping, okay?
Yeah.
And inevitably, everybody's like, oh shit, I think I lost you, Kyle. Did I lose you? And I'm like, nope.
Where am I?
Still hear you.
Just like,
We're good.
oh god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, none of those were too bad.
Yeah.
It is interesting being on the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you guys, by the way, for coming in.
Yeah.
No problem, man.
Yeah, we
This is
did
an
get
honor.
that guest rescheduled, which is going to be a good show. But
Nice.
yeah, he wasn't feeling super
Yeah.
well, so I was like, oh god, I got to Tommy and Courtney.
Dude,
For
yeah.
how wildly unsuccessful we are, it's an honor to be here.
Dude, for real.
Yeah, for sure. Yes. So, how did you guys build your empire?
Yeah, dude, for real. I
What?
was like, that's like this. The whole podcast is like people who are successful already,
Right.
not people who are like, well, we're gonna be
Underlings.
there someday, probably. But I do like my job; it's cushy.
Yeah, I really like that
Hold
job.
on. Wait a second.
That 8 to 5 money. It's not even 9 to 5. It's 8 to 5.
So what's next for you guys? I mean, are you gonna kind of really try and pursue both at this point? I mean, obviously we know you're not gonna be a touring band, but you'll
Yeah.
be releasing some music pretty soon. Are you guys gonna start to get more active in that? I mean, it could like pre-COVID and pre sort of you buying your house, and then I moved to Texas. You guys were pretty hot and heavy
Yeah.
at your old jam pad, and it
Yeah.
seems like kind of took a breather, got some things in life sort of situated, figured
Yeah, I
out.
think it's just mostly life and stuff. Got married and just like
Yeah, a lot of
traveling
life
and
events for me,
just
man. Like,
syncing up.
yeah, so like bought a house, and at that time, we were writing a good amount of songs, and it was becoming vastly apparent that playing live with a 2-man band and like a DJ setup, what was just extremely difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And if and we're trying to do pull a bunch of gear in, and it just was kind of difficult the way we were doing it. And so, kind of the future I would say is a lot of YouTube, like probably hopefully get to like where we're releasing a song a month type of thing, and a lot of shorts there within, and then a lot of Banter Couch. I would say the whole thing in the end of what we've talked about is trying to make like a media company where we could do, our own things like Banter Couch and Vise, but also do videos for other people. Like you were talking about having like a space where you could have multiple like, podcast type ideas or, type things like that. It would be just kind of like an all-in-one media company. We could come film you at a venue and record your band and get all the instruments and mix it and give a couple camera angle worth of production, and there you go. Or do a commercial. I'd really like to start doing commercials and stuff like that.
Commercials and just like local bands. If you want like a ridiculous version of your shit, come by.
make something that when we reach like hopefully early retirement age, probably not, but maybe something that we could just do that for rather than be a Walmart greeter, which would be pretty cool in its own right.
I would do it on the side, but
Yeah. I
I'd still
in a
do
bad
it.
area too.
I think that there's a lot to the like having, I actually sent Jarrell some stuff, and you do find this in the cities, but I sent him some stuff the other day, and it's like basically like a podcast space, and they've got it like pre-set up, and you can go in there, and they've got a fee, and they basically do a 4-channel, and they pretty much give you a somewhat ready podcast out the door, like here's your file, we're good to go. But like I really would like to do that if I could find a space and at some point in time, like, fund it. I would like to have different like rooms to where because it doesn't take much. Like literally, like a lot of these folks are like, they're in like a gigantic room or a warehouse, and they're like building a huge X, and they've got like studio A, B, C, D, and there's like cameras are set up.
Yeah.
But there's other people too that I've talked to. They either want to do a podcast or, and you can, like, we started out, We Built Empire, like I started that with like $1,200 and shit I already had. It was like I had used that freaking cloud lifter. I think the most expensive thing was the mic and the headphones. It was like, all right, here we go. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but made that decision quickly to kind of change because I wanted the production quality to be better. But a lot of people, I think, are afraid to make that leap. And if you kind of give them that cushion of like, look, we can give you, if you want to talk to people or you have, like, we can give that to you. Like, you can come in, use this one studio. This is kind of our all people in the community could come here and schedule time. Like, you're not going to go into like, you're not going to go set up at, We Built an Empire or Banter Couch's studio and be like, yeah, oh, love this place. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But you can
That's
go
my
into this
Star Wars
studio,
poster.
and so I think that's huge because I've talked to a lot of people that do want to kind of like get to do something, but they're scared, they're intimidated, and it can be costly.
Yeah.
Because like if you could give that to them and be like, all right, come on in. Like, there's clearly like there's a business model there, but B, you can kind of help somebody get to that next level.
Totally.
Like, you want to record it? Cool. Just come and record. It's going to cost you $150. We'll give you a file on the way out. You can mix it at home however you want to, or just put it up like this.
Yeah.
And I think people would maybe kind of jump on that, but I don't know. We'll see. That's a ways down the road, but
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah,
Cool little spot.
yeah, it could be different. It'd be
Something.
sweet if you could have multiple things going on in there, like music and shit like that. But I don't know. We'd have to buy like a gigantic warehouse.
Yep.
Yeah, now I'm
Sure.
like brainstorming that. Jeez.
What about monster truck rallies? Like, you guys see
Where
those,
would you
right?
do
Yeah,
them?
well, you have to buy a
You
space
have
big
to
enough.
buy enough space. Oh,
Yeah.
That's what I was
Maybe
saying.
we could buy the Sky Ute Downs.
Yep.
Yeah.
The insurance alone, guys.
you make
You
them,
were just into this.
yeah, you were just there.
Oh man.
yeah. Yeah,
So-
that would be wicked.
So you're starting a family? Can you talk
I
about
am.
that? Is that?
Danielle is pregnant. We are due April 30th, and we're just excited, man.
Yeah.
Everything anybody has given us advice about, as far as like a woman giving Danielle, like, this was my pregnancy, has been wildly off of what Danielle's pregnancy has been like.
Oh, good.
Wild.
Yeah.
She's been super nauseous and super uncomfortable, and but we're making it through. And I actually saw like her belly move the other day, which is crazy because this early, like, it's pretty rare for a child to be moving around. I think, anyways. I don't know shit. I've learned a lot of anatomy.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
You do learn a lot. through that.
A lot of fucking anatomy.
Yeah, you kind of, especially if you go to the doctor's, appointments, and you're like, you try and like act like you know what's going on, and clearly that gynecologist is looking at you like you're a fucking tard. Dude.
Yeah.
You just need to shut your mouth right now, and just let me do my job.
Yeah.
And you call it, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am,
Yeah.
or yes, sir. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's been cool. I'm just excited about it. Getting older and just, I just want to get that part of my life going. It just felt like Danielle and I had been together, for long enough. It just felt like, I need to make like a whole, woman out of her and make a whole family out of it.
Sure.
I don't know. It just felt like there was definitely like a mental clock going on. It's like, hey, it is time. Yeah, and it's all good.
Yeah,
It's all good.
I'm excited.
I'm super excited.
I'm gonna be a dope uncle.
Yeah.
Hear that,
I will not
Wilmers?
Will not let my child meet you.
Not happening. Sorry. Dude,
My kids will babysit though.
Yeah. What,
No, I said that in front of them the other day, and they were like, ugh. Like already, they were like,
That sounds like a lot of work.
Because I thought about it, and I was like, dude, sweet, they're gonna be babysitters. I've just been saying that to everybody. Like,
Totally.
you're sweet, you're gonna be a sweet baby. I mean, grandma. Yeah.
I mean, so you guys are doing the gender reveal this weekend?
Yeah.
But so my question with that is like, because I've never done one, never been to one. Do you know the
I
gender?
don't. No,
She
we
does.
don't. No,
Oh,
we
you
don't.
don't.
Tom's actually going to be the first one to know.
So hold on, wait. So do you like get like the picture and you send this off to an agency?
No, so we did the test, the test to find out the sex, and so they send an email, and then they give a letter that like an envelope. And so they were like, pretty much don't read that email. If you see it, don't open it. And then they were like, also, don't open this envelope. So it's been really hard not to do that because I just, I'm not crazy about the gender reveal stuff. And I specifically was like no explosives, no nothing, because I will not be the news gender reveal. Like these guys fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Like,
They burnt the forest down.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have that on Saturday, and I'm
So
excited.
hold on though. I'm still lost. So this company sends you a letter, and then like
No, like the OBGYN.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but then how? Like you see all these fucking jackwagons out there with like cannons, boof, and it's like blue smoke.
So like
Who makes the blue? Somebody knows.
Somebody
in their
has to
group.
know.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
So
somebody
that's
has
why
to know.
I have to know. I have to be the one to set up the rocket.
So what we're gonna
Okay.
do is,
which is
yeah,
Jasper.
the rocket.
The rocket.
So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically buy pink set of balloons and a pink blue set of balloons or whatever.
Helium,
And
right?
helium,
Good.
of course, because we're gonna they
gotta
inhale
float.
it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yep, and sound funny. But yeah, so he's gonna run out, and we're gonna, be like, whoa.
Oh,
we're
gotcha.
having- I want a boy, but obviously, like everyone around me has girls, and I just, I see the absolute awesomeness in girls, and I also see the spice
Yeah.
in little girls. So,
Specifically about Tommy's girls.
mhm.
Yeah, they spicy.
They are. Dude. They're like Spice Girls. Dude.
They got some
like
attitude.
"Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh."
Oh, they're hilarious. Those girls crack me up.
Oh, they are so perfect, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know what I would do with a boy now. I was like, I wanted a boy,
Yeah.
and then we got Cambo, right? And the same thing with Ellie. I was like, okay, this is the boy though, and
Yeah.
now I just like I could not fathom having a boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I mean-
I know what I'm doing now. I don't want to mess with that.
Yeah. You're raising girls. Yeah, it's definitely different. I can say, I mean, like obviously I've got Jonah, my 10-year-old, but yeah, it's different having a son, and I think it's the way that I treat it. It's a little different, but having a girl is obviously one has one thing and the other has the other,
Right.
but
Like
what?
emotionally.
Wait,
though.
what?
You don't have both?
yeah. Well, Tommy, in certain cases,
I thought we all did.
yeah. It's just, I mean, but it is different, man. I mean, raising boys is different, hard-headed at times.
He can be hard headed for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love being like an uncle to Jones.
Yeah.
I love that role. He's so cool.
No, he is a great kid. Someone and I were just talking about this. He and I got in a big fight last night about math, and I was trying to show him math, and like, I will admit I'm not a good teacher, but like
Okay.
when I understand something, it's like it's the most basic multiplication here, dude. We just have decimals, and I was trying to explain it to him, and the way that the sheet had printed, the bottom section of decimals was like bigger, and so he was like, boom, mind explode, like I can't do this. I was like, yeah, you can, dude. Like,
Right.
and so ultimately we got into a huge fight, got through it. He did finish the math and understood it, but it like took like a huge argument. Like, that's just, man, we are so alike in a lot of things. He is far more delicate and kind than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is a really good soul.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately.
He is a good.
Like someone was just telling me, like Ellie was at gymnastics the other day and not like feeling super good, and she
Yeah.
didn't want to do gymnastics.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jonah was there, and she was like sitting in his lap and he was just like playing with her the whole time, like keeping her company. Like he's a great person.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, we can fight. Like we really can. And I hate that, because I talked to Kevin Worth about this and like, I know what's coming down the pipe. It's only a few years away where it's gonna be like, God damn it, I'm a man. And it's like, I don't want to be that dad.
Yeah.
But gosh, I got to get better at that. I'm an adult. But I'm like, I really do refuse my kids sometimes to be like, shut up. I'm like, no, not acceptable.
No.
Like, best kid on the planet. You still don't tell grown-ups to shut up. Like, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't work.
I didn't mean it, but you said it.
But you did say it.
So,
Yeah, I would have got my ass whooped.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure. I think I probably still would get my ass whooped. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, dude, totally.
My dad the other day, going to see him, because they just moved back, oddly enough. I go in to see him because he
They
wanted me
moved
to
back from Florida
Yeah, they're
again.
Yeah, they're
wild.
back. They're back. Oh yes, yeah. Got through that last hurricane. So
the
just
hurricane
little
was like-
context, ladies and gentlemen. My parents decided on a whim to sell every single thing they owned, down to their forks and knives. Okay, everything they owned. They bought a sailboat and moved to Florida. They were retiring. It looked great on camera. It was awesome. I would say that a 34-foot yacht or whatever they're not a yacht, but a sailboat. It's probably pretty close quarters to be with your significant other for 9 months. I would, and so I think they probably got at each other pretty good. But
Yeah.
long story short, they got through that last hurricane. I think it was Irma or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but it was bad. And they didn't do what the rest of the harbor did and like go. And so like a lot of the boats will sail and come like up through these like inland channels and get up in like the marsh.
Yeah.
And the water does rise, but you're protected typically from, you're inland, but you're still on your boat. And so they didn't do that. They stayed on the buoy. They didn't get a direct hit, thank God, but there was like 75-mile-an-hour winds and boat was like sideways. And after that, my mom was like, nope, going back. We're going. And so they sold their boat. And then I'm like, where are you guys at? And they're like, we're in Houston. We're coming. I'm like, okay. All right. So they got here, still have nothing. We're trying to figure it out. So yeah, long story short, they're back here. But I go in the other day, getting to like the whole like Snap Panda dad thing.
Yeah.
I walk in and it's been really great. Like my relationship is dicey with my parents at times. Like it's just, I think we're all a little crazy, but I think my dad and I are a lot alike.
Yeah.
And like we really butt heads. And so, but it's been great since I've been back. And so I go in and my mom is on the floor doing something with the Christmas tree. And I haven't talked to her since she started her job back or she had orientation. So I'm like waiting for her to finish what she's doing under the Christmas tree. And I'm looking at her to like, hey, how was your day, Mom? And my dad comes up and gives me a hug and he's like talking to me. He's like, you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And I'm like, wait, and he's like, you're not looking at me when you're talking to me. And I'm like, I'm trying to ask Mom what the fuck her day was like, like what, and then in my head I go, oh God, you got to do better, dude. you got to do better. Don't be like that with Jonah.
No, I already see because I'm starting to think like, I'm starting to realize how much I just am sarcastic and like, I see my kid, I struggled growing up, just like with social cues and stuff like that. So I'm just like, I could only see my kid having, if I continue being the obnoxious self I am, like a rough time discerning what the hell is actually real. Like,
I don't, dude. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. They're going to be great at sarcasm.
Yes. They need that though. They need that. Yeah. That will help them. You don't not be yourself. So neither one of my kids, they know they will not curse. Like, and if they do, they're like, oh, I'm getting in huge trouble. Right. I cuss like a sailor. Not in public, maybe, I can kind of tone it back. But like when I'm around family and friends and having a good time, I'm like, dude, I don't care.
Yeah.
I know that it doesn't exude intelligence. There's other words you could use beside the fuck word, but it just sounds good at the moment.
Yeah.
And so I do cuss.
Yeah.
My kids are deathly afraid because they know. It's like, don't say this word that your dad just said.
Yeah.
Like at all, ever, or I will beat you. And I've never laid a hand on either of my children, but they still think in their head, it's going to go away. I got like 3 more years of just driving. You want it? Like, no? Okay.
There's always that, like,
it could happen.
This old man strength.
Yeah. But, I mean, to your point, though, where you're like, if you're just constantly sarcastic, like they won't take you seriously. My kids, that's where I'm at in life.
Like they don't take you seriously?
I just described Tommy's situation.
Like when I'm mad, they know. But also like I mess with them too much and they're just like, oh yeah, whatever, Dad. And I'm like, no, like for real this time. Like God damn it.
You have cried wolf way too
Yes,
many
I do,
times.
Yes, 100%. That's exactly
stupid.
it. They're too smart. And yeah, my kids give me shit about cursing because I'm bad. I'm bad. I've been cursing fluently since like third grade.
Yeah,
I
dude.
can't
It's
stop.
part of your vernacular.
And efficiently.
It
I would
is.
say efficiently. Like,
Yeah, I was cursing efficiently in third grade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you have
I was
freedom of
the
speech. You can do
fucking
that.
tits.
You can do whatever you want, Tom,
Yeah.
unless you have huge social following, and then you can only say certain things.
Yeah,
they
true.
will fucking stop your ass.
Yeah.
then they decide what you
Yeah,
say.
they're like, you know that thing about freedom of speech? Guy, I don't know. It's
If you like your life, don't.
yeah,
Yeah, that's why like the banter couch is cool, but it's only a matter of time until somebody's.
Well,
like,
just build
I didn't
your,
like that what they
build
said.
your following to like 3 million, and then just change the entire format,
Yeah,
And then
and then only review encyclopedias legitimately, like verbatim.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. You know what? I just had a really good idea for it. What is it?
What is it? No, it's been good getting back into everything. Like just like
Yeah, I'm just enjoying getting back into it and like going. I feel like I'm going into it more. Like I've stumbled a lot over the years doing it. You know what I mean? So I feel like we're more efficient. We can do it better, and I can do it my way. And I just don't give a shit. Like you know what I
Dude,
mean?
people don't realize like the video editing. So I was talking to Jarrell the other day, and I was like, "Hey, how long does it?" Because he's got one camera angle, and he's like, an hour, pretty much, And so we now have 3 camera angles, which is wild. But
It's a lot
even
of
the
editing.
clips, dude, cutting the clips.
Yes.
Like I have to go back in and cut
And
the
you gotta
clips,
actually-
and I do the reels, and I'm like, that's like a 5-hour Monday, and it's like. But the thing of it is it's like it's still fun, you know. And sometimes I'm like, this was not the best clip I should have cut, but I'm like trying to consolidate that. I'm trying to give people 5 minutes so they can just go in and just mindlessly, if they can't give an hour and a half to watch something,
Right.
But the reels though, I do, dude, like or shorts or whatever,
Right, yeah, whatever they call them.
Like dude, it's so fun to me.
Yeah.
Like I need to get the original files because like I want to be able to pan.
Yeah.
Because like one thing that Colin told me is like, I love the new studio. It's like awesome. Like the conversation's been great. But he's like, I miss being able to see your face to the guest's response. Like our remote, like you could see both people simultaneous. And so like, but that's what I think you can kind of cut to in the shorts.
Right.
Like, and I can carry the words over and be like, the classic like cut that you guys are doing. It's
Right.
like whoop, whoop, like the pan to like Courtney's face.
Yeah,
like
it
being
seems-
The awkward pan.
Yeah.
I love
it
that.
even seems like the zoomed in does better. Like it's just kind of weird like that.
Yeah.
When you have it zoomed out like that as compared to like when you're kind of zoomed in. It just seems
Yeah, I
Yeah.
tried like full screen like the video because I want to see the whole thing that I'm showing.
Yeah.
So then I put like a ribbon on the top and bottom. No one likes that.
Yeah.
yeah. That's
I
so
edited a
interesting.
lot of those though, so I'm in a weird spot.
Yeah.
We're just gonna.
Yeah. I had these ones where I put the same video and then I just basically changed the transparency
Yeah.
and altered the color,
Yeah.
trying to kind of have a ribbon still, but like give
Right.
a little bit of context to it. And there's still movement to it. Those have done a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I still think like the full screen, like vertical video is like, it's where it's at. People are, it
Yeah,
is here to stay.
apparently,
People
but
are-
it's so because like it's editing, like you said, that makes it so much work.
dude, it's so hard. Oh, but get back to the comment of like editing is so long. So you did the first video for Tiger, right? For us.
Yeah.
And then we were going to do a video for something else. And I like had to tell like Jeff, like, cause he's doing like crazy awesome work with photography right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, dude, Tommy edited something for me. And like I started fooling around because I wanted to see how long it takes somebody.
Right.
And I don't know it. Tommy's good at it. And this shit still took like 10 or 12 hours. I was like, Jeff, we cannot have Tommy do another video for us. If we do, it has to be paid.
Dude, I
was
like
like,
doing it.
I know
like
you do,
doing
but
it.
that shit it's a lot of work.
I
dude.
like it
It's a lot of work. though.
because we're the family.
Yes. For
You
sure,
know,
bro.
I know. I feel you.
Yeah, and, like you get, like the work is good because you get to work on stuff that makes you better. Like,
Yeah.
and like it's taken me years to, like some of it, like you said, it's been off and on as to my seriousness into it. It's like sometimes I'm like, and it's part of ADD. It's just like you're like hyper into something,
Yeah.
and then like 3 weeks later, like I don't even know what that was.
Yeah.
But like this last, like that's why I say I'm just like really stoked and like seeing you do this and just like it's like the right time to get it going, just because like it's very clear as to what we want to do as a channel, what Verse of Vice wants to do as a band, what Minutes and Hours wants to do as a band. Like shit just keeps on like kind of growing and getting better. And
I think you should start that gear review channel, man.
I think that's
that drumming gear review.
I bought I bought GoPros last year, and that's my idea. And like I want to start like just like maybe like a cover channel where I do just drum covers, but I also want to try and maybe get the studio up to a place where I can be like, all right, here's a home studio.
Yeah.
Here's a song that you really like. Let's take, any song off of like a Nirvana album and just like, let's try and make it as close to that, from the drums, the bass, guitar, to the vocals, to everything on it. Let's try and make it as close using practical in-house things. But, I'm not an accredited engineer or anything like that. I'm doing this, I'm learning as I go. So, it'd be a cool channel to kind of, start and try and see if it could go somewhere. But a gear review channel would also be pretty cool. It's just, putting it all together is like probably the biggest hurdle of like, how the hell am I going to do it? And then once you probably get going, it's like
you could start like blog. I mean, I've like watched a couple of blog channels where it's like, or vlog, where they've got like one solid, like, like a AS7 II, something you could get fairly inexpensive with like a decent lens or something like wide angle, like here. And then they've got one like B-roll. And then, after they do the review of like, like you're taking apart a preamp and replacing that with like a Mullard pre or something, like that stuff's huge, man. Yeah. Like, and then they'll do like B-roll footage and stuff and cut that all in. You could easily do some stuff like that. And
I wanted to do.
You have so much gear.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, like I think that you've tinkered with your shit enough
to
where it in and out, to where it's not like, I'm going to unbox this. This knob says, wonder what this is.
Yeah.
RTFM, man.
Yeah, so it's like, I think that...
Read the fucking manual. No, I seriously get I get jollies off of like just reading a manual and be like, cool, this thing can do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you just learn eventually that these things just... They become more efficient, like you with editing and stuff like that. You're just going to become much more efficient at it. And like you're gonna, that button that you didn't know to press, like you're going to know to press once you fucking press it, because you painstakingly did something just to do it. And then you're like, oh, a button does that. Or, a certain thing does that for me. Like, I'm an idiot. But now I know that because I had a very hard time.
Dude, I called you when we were first starting shit up. I was like, Courtney, dude, I just bought a brand new mic. I think it's fucked up. The cloud lifter's not working. And you're like, oh, Phantom Power. I was like, no, it's a 7B. I can't fucking, no, the cloud lifter needs Phantom Power.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I was in there getting ready for Booty's episode for like 3 hours trying to figure out that fucking, I didn't read the manual. And I'm like, oh, I got to call Courtney. I know he's going to know he has these. And I was like, click. I was like, it works perfect. Thanks, man.
Yeah, goodbye.
And no, dude. So I've got this Rodecaster Pro 2.
Yeah.
And so the thing that's fucked up with that is on that interface, the first 2 channels, the mono channels, are the stereo channels. So
wait, what?
So okay. So
so 1 and 2 are left.
1
and
and 2 are left and right.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, I couldn't isolate the mics because of that. Because I was just doing 2. I was like 1 and 2, and it was picking up the same shit. I'm like, what in the fuck? So man. I went in and read like manual. I couldn't find it. Went and watched a YouTube video. This guy's like, hey guys, before you set this up, remember channel 1 is actually 3, and so on and so forth.
What a pain.
So
dude.
hopefully that video helps somebody. So then he did like a pan to the manual, and it's like, it's right here. And I was like, oh, it's on the back page. Fuck.
Oh, bro.
It was like 5 hours.
Yeah. It's definitely
I was getting ready to record a stereo podcast.
Dude, and how many fucking times I've spent like, and he's been witness to it a bunch of times where like you just go in, last time you were in there it worked fine. This time you walk in here, it wants to stab you in the gut. Yeah. And it's just like, and then it's just like you sit there, you want to get something done, and you just get frustrated and you can't think about it. And then it ends up being just something tiny, but you learn those things and it just becomes like fluent. It just becomes very easy to do. Like having Denon in this, that was really like having Denon in the studio. That was like a really big thing for me. Just
it's stepping outside your comfort zone. Like you're so used to recording our sound.
Yeah.
Their
And I
sound,
can tell
our
you guys,
sound.
I can call you guys dicks if it really comes down to it. You know? But having somebody in there that I really wanted it to be like when he walked in there, professional and not like, and establishing a relationship because I want to start a studio, and it would be nice to have like a network of musicians. So it's just nice to kind of keep that professional.
He's such a cool dude. I just want to be.
You just got to
with
do
him.
that.
Yeah.
You gotta keep that professional vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's awesome.
And then stepping outside your comfort zone. I mean, that's also why I love doing like the music video stuff.
Yeah.
Couch People is like our Banter Couch Jesus.
Yeah.
He's
You should
intentionally.
just change it back to Couch People.
No
dude.
way. There's no chance. Good luck Googling that. It's awful. But like it's intent. It has a style, a very specific style that is now really easy to do.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like Tim and Eric. It's like intentionally like goofy, clumsy almost. But and that's the punchline. Music videos have to be pretty, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole new world for me, and I love doing that. And I'm still not mastered it. So yeah, keep throwing music videos at me, dude. That was what I really wanted to say.
Yeah.
Long story short,
Please.
I like bacon.
Give me projects.
Please. We'll take it back, Jeff. Tommy's doing all of our music videos
Hit
from
me
here on
with
out.
it.
Full free.
Oh, free.
I was just thinking something water slides for our next video.
Yeah, dude. Water slides.
In the middle of winter. That sounds awesome. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
When's the next time everyone's out?
Probably not until March, I would think, because
Cool.
everybody's booked through January, it sounded like the other day.
Oh, what are we talking about?
When's the next time everybody down?
For Minutes and Hours?
Oh shit, I don't know. Yeah, we didn't actually confirm a date. I don't think. I think maybe it was like February-ish, March-ish.
Yeah.
But I gotta try and have a bunch of drum tracks done, and I want to get you over just to kind
We got to tweak some stuff. Dude, my voice was wrecked
Oh,
city for 4 straight days. I did a podcast with it, and like Kyle's podcast that released Tuesday.
Yeah.
Dude, and I'm like talking like this.
Yeah.
And
I
was
think
like-
I did hear. I think I did notice that.
Dude, I was trying to like get my voice up to my normal speaking level,
That sucks.
and it was just like parked here.
Oh, I
just
hate that
like,
when you just
yeah,
feel it
Is
and
that what you
it's-
think?
You
and
feel the limiter.
every I did was like super, and I was like, oh god, and I hummed so much in that fucking episode. I'm sorry, Kyle, I ruined it with my ums.
It was not bad. It was not bad.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, that was good. That was good.
Well, thank you guys so much, man. I'm looking forward to whatever the hell you guys are doing next.
Yeah.
I was so excited, like to today's reel, because like I know you guys had been writing music, but like today's reel was like, oh, they're back at it, and I knew you guys were recording The Violinist, but I like hadn't heard it, I haven't like seen a single thing, and it was like, as soon as I saw it come up on Instagram, I was like, put it on a reel so I can post it. This is so beautiful.
It's
But
definitely-
legit. I mean, it really did like, it struck a chord, literally and figuratively.
Right.
But it's like, it's so beautiful. I'm ready for people to hear that one.
Thank you, man.
definitely the brainchild, I believe, of our songs. Definitely one of the prettier ones for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, especially with that song, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It's got a cool
It
context.
says
to it.
fuck in it.
Yeah,
It does say the F words.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah. Well, awesome. I love you guys.
Love you,
Dude.
dude.
I love you, dude.
Have you ever felt
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.